Hello, welcome to another edition of Congregation Agudath Shalom's This Week in Jewish History. Most of us associate the beginnings of the Zionist movement with Theodor Herzl in the late 19th century. But was there Zionism before Herzl? Was he the first to advocate for a political return to Zion? Did he come up with the idea of a Jewish state out of thin air? The answer to this is, of course, no. This week marks the anniversary of the death of Moshe Hess, one of the most prominent members of an unofficial group of people known in historical circles as Proto Zionists. Moshe Hess was born in the German city of Bonn and received a traditional Jewish education. He, however, would leave Jewish observance and even marry a Catholic woman. He lived in Paris working as a journalist, and it was there where he would befriend the father of communism, Karl Marx. Hess moved back to Germany, where he became deeply bothered by rising anti-Semitism. You can see an example of an anti-Semitic cartoon on your bottom left of your screens. Hess was encouraged by nationalist movements rising all over Europe, and wrote his famous book, Rome and Jerusalem, in which he advocated a national return of the Jewish people to the land of Israel. Hess and his book were largely ignored during his lifetime, and only later would his writings become central to early Zionist thinkers, including Theodor Herzl. Hess died and was buried in Cologne, Germany in 1875. And in 1861, his remains were reinterred in northern Israel near the Sea of Galilee. He is memorialized all over the state of Israel. Another Proto-Zionist was a Russian Jew by the name of Leo Pinsker. Pinsker initially believed that through assimilation, the Jews of Europe could rid themselves of the problems of anti-Semitism. However, it was after witnessing the pogroms in Russia of 1881 that Pinsker changed his mind, advocating for a nationalist revival of the Jewish people. He wrote an important tract advocating this position called Auto-Emancipation. A different form of Proto-Zionism was advocated by two prominent European rabbis. Rabbi Judah Alkali, who you see on your screen, was a Sephardic rabbi serving in Belgrade in the mid-19th century. He believed, based on his mystical background, that the Messiah was imminently coming, and that the Jews must move back to the land of Israel. Alkali himself moved to Israel at the age of 76, where he died a few years later. The final Proto-Zionist we will discuss is Rabbi Tzvi Hirsch Kalischer, a Polish rabbi who studied with some of the greatest sages of Eastern Europe, Rabbi Jacob of Lissa and Rabbi Akiva Eger. Rabbi Kalischer wrote an important work called Drishat Zion, in which he advocated the agricultural development of the land of Israel, as well as the creation of a Jewish army. Rabbi Kalischer went even further, arguing for the return of the sacrificial order in Jerusalem. He corresponded with some of the great rabbinic luminaries of Europe on this topic. And so, while Theodor Herzl is correctly credited with being the founder of modern political Zionism, he was preceded by a diverse group of European Jewish thinkers promoting the beginnings of a Jewish national revival and return to the land of Israel. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful day.